Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unstoppable. I am so excited that I actually have my better half with me again. It's been a while since he has sat in that co-host chair for me. Thanks, babe. I appreciate you returning.
Y'all welcome.
Y'all welcome. That's so nice. So we have some updates to talk about. We appreciate everybody who submitted their nomination for the service dog. We found a beautiful family that we are donating this beautiful puppy to. At the request of the family, they've asked that we not publicly share their name or information due to the trauma that was endured, and we respect that. But we are so happy to be able to do this for them. And we have a bunch of really great stuff coming up.
And they have kids that are happy.
Yes, they have kids that are happy. We have a bunch of stuff coming up that's coming down the pipeline very soon. That's going to be awesome. New things that A Contagious Smile will be doing and rolling out and offering, and more resources and awareness and things like that, so we can continue to help everybody.
Yeah, it was pretty tough to get through the nominations, y'all. It was some of your stories are very heartfelt and very touching.
They all were. They all were. I wish we could give one to everybody, and maybe at one point we'll be able to.
Let's just say there was a lot of pollen in the room.
That means he cried. We'll
Whatever.
just call it out like it is.
So yeah, we hope we're gonna do this again at some time, because we believe in paying it forward, and hopefully, if we do one small random act of kindness, and it benefits you, then maybe you can pass it on.
Because that's the best, is when you get to help others. There's no better feeling than that. So with all that being said, why don't we get started on this evening's subject, which is all about what's going on in this crazy, crazy world we're in.
I want to talk about your voice for a second.
What about my voice?
Somebody wanted to pay you for your voice. Is that correct? For a voiceover? What was it? Why are you giving me the stink eye?
Because I plead the fifth.
No. I want to hear it.
No.
Because you have a different voice with me.
What do you mean?
What? You know exactly what I mean.
When I talk like I'm from up north?
Oh, no. We don't want that.
When I talk like this?
No.
What are you talking about?
Nothing against you Yankees.
Leave us alone. What are you talking about?
You're You're born below the Mason-Dixon.
You better watch your beer. You'll tip it over.
Never.
You've done it before.
I'll lick it off the floor if I spill my beer.
That's disgusting.
Men.
That's disgusting. It talks about your upbringing. I better not talk about that.
So, no, we want to talk about your voice.
What are you talking about? What are you referring to?
I
don't know what you're talking about. I'm drawing a blank.
Somebody's paying you to do something, or somebody offering you a job, a voiceover, or a book read, or
I don't recall what you're talking about right now.
Wow. We'll get it out of her, folks.
Doubtful. So this crazy flipping world we're in right now, everywhere you turn around, there's just violence everywhere. You can't go anywhere anymore without the fear of what if. It's horrible.
But apparently in the military, you never hear about violence, especially domestic violence. Apparently that word is not common around the locker room.
Well, that's weird, because 1 in 3 families in the military report domestic violence within the family. And what scares me about that is, first of all, it should be none, but that's not happening. And the fact that if it's 1 in 3 that is reporting, then how many aren't reporting? You were in the military. Did you ever hear of, not witness necessarily, but hear through the grapevine somewhere, somehow down the pipeline?
I believe there was training courses back in,
1810
basic or tech school or whatever, but there may have been something, but I can't remember that far back.
But now there's these horrific stories about even women that are serving and they're being violently attacked and killed, and then they're being told that the families are being told that it was a suicide, and this has just got to stop. And it's not just that. I mean, you have teenagers. It was in the news today that a 3-year-old got a hold of a gun and shot 2 people. A 3-year-old. 3-year-old. I mean,
It's the trigger's fault.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we've had guns for as far back as anybody knows, and everybody's saying it's a gun problem and that we should have no guns in the home or anything like that. Well, if people want to get them, they're still going to get them regardless. You know, yeah, if we go through a harder background check and all of that, people can still get them on the streets. There's still a way to get them if you want them.
Yes.
Well, you're really participating with me tonight. You've been on a hiatus for weeks.
Well, I've been selling a lot of puppies, as you know.
You've been selling a lot of puppies, not you.
Well, we have.
Hmm. Have you noticed the mockery of others?
Concerning?
Like, one of the greatest things that you learn in all of my school classes and stuff is that when someone mimics you, but then speaks in a disregarding manner to you, it's an internal term of like jealousy. It's like they are wanting to be like you, but then they have such animosity to you. Like, for instance, finding out that somehow, somewhere, someone all of a sudden changes everything about who they are, where they stand for, and then becomes like a mirror image of whomever. Say they went from only eating bubblegum to all of a sudden they're the popcorn royalty of the world because somebody they don't like is very well known and Orville Redenbacher.
So I think what she said, folks, was I do things my way, and Joey Bag of Donuts saw that I was doing it and successful at it. So now Joey Bag of Donuts does the same thing I do and puts me down for it.
Right, but to say that they're doing the exact same thing that we're doing and that's not true is
Hypocrisy.
It's dumbfounding to me.
No, it'll come around. It'll bite them in the ass.
I mean, we're not saying anything about who they are or anything of that nature, but we've devoted ourselves to helping others and paying it forward for such a long time. And then to all of a sudden be like given this information, it brought to our attention that these individuals are literally, how do you say it, like mimicking our structure, our like, you know, outlook on everything that we do all of a sudden. And I mean, it went from like, oh, now they've been doing this forever and a day, and you know, and then like your numbers don't match what's on the site. Like you have one site that says, let's say for instance that it says you have 25,000 plus likes, but then you look at the actual data and it clearly shows that it's only like 6,000 likes. There's a big difference between 25 and 6.
You have got incredible numbers.
We have incredible numbers, and it's because of our listeners.
Built this company up, a lot of sweat and tears. 27 hours a day. Yes, I can count.
Without your shoes.
And all these folks are coming in from all over the world. A huge following in UK, England,
Sweden,
here in the States.
States are big.
And it's amazing that y'all have blown up this channel so much, and we really appreciate it.
That's because we only have the absolute, genuine, authentic goodness of helping others as our, reason for doing this. We're not doing it in any malicious way. We're not trying to get rich from it. I mean, we're trying to break even. If anything, we've been paying out of pocket from all of this from inception, and without going into details of our own personal finance, we've really literally paid price for it. I mean, in more ways than one. So, and it's to help other people. we've both been through stuff that we don't want anyone else to go through on their own. And it's tough. And we're trying to help others not have to go through that.
Speaking of that, guys, if y'all are out there listening and y'all want to be on the show, if you want me to interview you, I shall.
I'm glad I'm sitting down for that.
Send me an email to Solomon4
The number
at a contagiousmile.com. SOLOMON, the number 4 at a contagiousmile.com. Give me a little bio, a little excerpt, and we'll get you in on the schedule. I can only do the weekends or late at night, my time,
which is Eastern.
So I'll advise upon that. But yeah,
you can have a men's group.
I like to have more men, especially us veterans. We go through some things. My first dead body I saw was right outside the Air Force Base. Now, I mean, I'm talking no more than 50 feet outside the gate. We got PTSD, and our dogs go great with service-connected disability. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, we'll get to us vets later with the comfort and support animals. But it's coming, folks. But yeah, y'all shoot me an email and let me know.
Also, in the 18 years that I've been advocating and doing all of this work, I've met some amazing people, amazing families, and I hate how I've had to meet them because of the circumstances of what has. Okay, I'm sorry I had to interrupt this for a minute. Our entire property, if you've ever listened to us on a routine basis, you probably know this. Our entire property is recorded and has cameras over the entire property on all angles because of what we do and who we are. And my husband is literally having a conversation, and then like a little kid at a store that sees a toy and it's like, oh, gum, or oh, bear, and then everything gets diverted. He's staring at the fact that there is a cobweb on one of the cameras that diverted his attention, and he's like focused on it. So I apologize because his disposition and demeanor just totally changed because he started staring at the cameras. So I apologize. Anyway, back to what I was saying. In the 18 plus years that I've had the honor of working with the families and people that I've gotten to work with, I hate how I've had to meet them because of the circumstances they went through. But I have never partnered up with anyone because I'm so... You know what I mean? Like, I've never partnered with an outside person, corporation, or anything that I would put my name on because I'm so big. If I put my name on it, then I stand behind them and with them just as if it was me. And I'm very big about that. And we have been so lucky and so blessed because we've partnered up with Matt Aponte, who is amazing.
Matt!
You feel better now?
Yes.
Okay, good. And he's amazing. And I just want to, I'm probably going to embarrass him because he has no idea I'm doing this, but I have to give you like a little background on Matt. I interviewed Matt for a show and he was telling me what he was doing, and I was skeptical at first. Absolutely. And he was telling me all about the chakras and the sound therapies. And I was like, I've listened to Calm. And he's like, yeah, it's kind of not the same thing. So I listened, and then, we were talking, and he said, you would be the perfect person for me to work with. And I was intrigued. I've been working with him now a couple of months, and I have seen an amazing, amazing difference. I used to have nightmares of the abuse that I went through. I have not had one. Even after we watched a movie, and I don't want to give any of it away, that neither one of us, we didn't know it was coming. No idea. And there was a scene in it where a pregnant woman got stabbed, as I did, and I was like, that's it. I mean, I was like 30 seconds later, I looked at my husband and I said, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I just know it. Well, Matt works with you in stages. And one of the first things he did was he created a daytime sound therapy. What do you want to call it? Like, list of, I don't even know what he calls it, but I listened to it, and it's 36 minutes and 1 second. And I listen to that during the day. And now I feel like if I haven't listened to it, like something's missing. And he doesn't just send it to you. It's not like, a doctor who writes a script and you're on your own. He does this with you. So on the recording, you hear him and he's like, okay, take a deep breath, and you breathe and you hear it, and he's doing it with you. And then he created an 8-hour one to help me sleep at night. Not that I've ever slept 8 hours in the 20 plus years you know me.
Oh my gosh, you stay up, you were up the entire night, Friday.
Because I couldn't sleep. Yeah. But this is he creates it with sounds that you like, and it literally makes a huge difference. And I've actually sent some of my friends to Matt. I've sent a couple of clients that I've worked with Matt, and it's amazing. And he is not only helping, but he's doing a huge favor for anyone in the Contagious Smile family. He has a app. It's kind of like Calm, except he not only designed it, he owns the company. He is the CEO. It's not like you're going in and meeting a customer service rep. And he is offering everyone in our family of a Contagious Smile a free 30 days on his app. And we have the link on our page and in our group, and we can make sure that it's on top so you can see it faster. But it's 30 days, money back guarantee. It's free. Just try it and see, because it's amazing. And you can actually work with him one-on-one. You can just even meet with him and let him tell you what his suggestions and ideas and thoughts are for you. Anyway, this is unscripted and I'm just kind of going off the cuff, so forgive me, but it's amazing. And even my husband has listened to it, and we even have our daughter Faith doing it now, and she's progressing very well with her. She's really only on her first week, but you're seeing slight changes, which if anything you do going forward is better. And so it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm very honored to have us partner with him at this point.
I can't wait till he produces one for me.
You don't stay. I want to find someone who'll take the challenge. I've never met someone who can go to sleep as fast as you ever in my entire life. Like, you can go to sleep. You'll be talking. I love you. Like, it's like that. And then you talk in your sleep and it's hysterical. Like you said, when I was driving home the other night, you said, "Hey, Faith, give me your Christmas list." And she's like, "He's delusional." And you say stuff like, "I was having ice cream as I was jumping out of an airplane on my snowboard, and I'm trying to jump into the boat, and I'm having nuts and bolts on my ice cream. And there's a UFO trying to take me up."
There's other men out there that have the same issues.
Really?
Yes.
And what issues is this? Like, this weird, contractually screwed up dream. I've done so many classes in psychology and all this. I can't even grasp what that is. That's just like, I don't even know. I
took a class in dog psychology.
Because you dated a bunch of bitches? Wait, they don't have illegal immigrant dogs, do they? Do they?
Yes.
Oh.
They're called Chihuahuas.
I'm going to leave that alone. What's the Filipino dog called?
Moving on.
What? I'm trying to educate myself.
What's like you don't have an education?
Education?
Yes.
Oh, no. I'm dumb.
So yes,
this is called deferment.
Y'all check out our website for Matt's link in there. He's a
hell of a nice
really
guy.
Nice guy.
Yes, he's a really great guy,
and
he cares.
To promote him.
He truly cares about the people he works with. He really does. I wouldn't put my name on it if I didn't stand with him on this.
Right.
I mean, I like I said, I was skeptical, and now I'm on board. He even has me doing homework. He had me not work for like an hour. Remember that? Nobody thought I would do it, and I did. I mean, he thinks he's going to get me not to work 21 hours a day.
Yeah.
You don't think that'll happen?
It might. It might. This company is growing so fast, and we're gonna have to have help at some time.
Why? This is an English-based podcast. Why are you talking gibberish?
I said help.
I know.
We're gonna have to have help.
That's what you're for.
At some time.
That's what you're for.
Well, if I ever get home full time,
That's what I'm working on.
that's what I've worked on this past couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
So all the families who came out and made a purchase from us.
No, they didn't purchase. They got their forever best
Well,
friend. They got their ultimate family
hopefully
member.
they get next 18, 20 years out of them.
They're so cute.
And y'all, kudos to you. I'm glad y'all are happy. Keep us updated, keep us posted, send us a picture.
Everybody was so ecstatic.
We've got some of y'all on the websites now.
Well, we started to put them up.
Yeah.
Started to, yeah.
And we have more to come.
Yeah. Where you want to be in 6 months?
6 feet above ground. Alive.
Really?
Yes,
That's
really.
the answer you're going to give.
Heck yeah.
Out of everything you could say.
Heck yeah.
Try again.
No. I live for right now.
Where do you want to be right now?
With you. Looking in your pretty green eyes.
This is the first time you haven't said soulmate either.
Because you're almost, everybody knows you're my soulmate.
It's a soulmationship.
That's right.
What did you say that meant again when you looked it up?
I don't know, something about weed, the extract of weed or something.
You would say
something
you would
crazy.
find that way to make that connection.
No, not that I smoked dope.
I've never smoked dope ever, not once.
I did 4 times in my life. And that was prior to becoming a cop. And I had to say that every time I filled out a dang interview with another department.
Yeah, but didn't it like make you all functified
Yeah, I threw up.
every time you did it?
No, just one time in band camp.
Band camp. But any other besides
No.
alcohol? Well, I already knew that answer. What about these kids today who are doing these weird things? Like, like there's always some challenge out there, like a TikTok challenge.
We're gonna have a talk with some new teens coming on board here. We've talked to several over the past couple of weeks and invited them on to do a podcast with us. And we're gonna get some fresh perspective. We love you, Logan.
And Faith. How do you forget your own kid?
Because she's in there playing a video game.
That's why you're bitter.
No.
Because
Just because she's getting
feeding
a higher
you?
score, yes.
I hate video games.
Yeah, she got a higher score than me.
It's like electronic toilet paper to me. I think they're stupid.
Sometimes I wouldn't know about toilet paper because sometimes I don't even have it.
And why is that? What does she do?
I have a damn lint roll in the place of a toilet paper roll.
Because your daughter and you both play hellacious pranks on one another. What'd you do to her last? She always tells everybody what she does to you. You got to tell what you do to her. Because everybody asks. I get it all the time.
I don't recall. I make her come downstairs when there's a cute boy in the house.
Yeah, but that's not really a prank.
What did I do last?
The Chick-fil-A guy, when she was in the back seat.
I put like 8 packs of dog food in her satchel.
Oh man. And then you put Andy's candy mints in her bag because she had a potty mouth. Told her maybe to clean her mouth out. They have farting contests.
That's every father's dream. Have a farting contest with your daughter.
Yeah, but
your wife.
And then my sweet stud, my sweet stucco, my baby boy.
She's talking about me, y'all.
My service animal.
That's still me.
It gets in the middle of the farting war. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, your dog stinks.
My dog doesn't stink.
He reeks.
Don't you talk about my boy that way.
He had 12 raccoons crawl up his ass and die at the same time.
That is not true.
Okay, maybe it was 11 and a half.
No.
Yeah, he reeks.
No. So for all you wives out there, I finally got my husband to use a tongue scraper. And
disgusting.
No, he
Don't
felt
do it, guys.
better. He felt better afterwards. Because have you ever noticed how much plaque and bacteria is on your tongue? It's disgusting. I mean, it's gross. And then he was like, bribe me and I'll let you do it. No, but it took forever. And he finally let me do it. And he let me scrape his tongue with the tongue scraper. And I know whether he wants to admit it or not, at least one time since he's done it. I know it.
Disgusting.
But you feel better because all that stuff is off of it.
So let's talk about pool water.
Okay.
Can you talk about pool water?
Not really.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
All right.
Go ahead.
No.
Why would you bring it up?
Since you're shamelessly promoting stuff.
No, I'm not necessarily promoting. I'm very excited we partnered with Matt because Matt is doing a huge
Matt is doing an awesome
service, if you will, and it's making a huge change. And we
I've read some of his
offer
reviews.
we offer resources that help people who've gone through traumatic and life-altering things. And this has actually worked. And I was the skeptic about it. Now I'm like his biggest cheerleader because
It's because your brain's too big.
my brain is not too big.
I'm sorry. How many doctorates? How many certificates do you hold?
I don't rightly
Exactly.
recall, sir.
Yeah, you exactly recall the
I think
exact number. What was I wearing on February 2nd, April 1914?
April. February 2nd, April. He thinks we have such great chemistry together.
I don't know why.
You're not a nice person.
See, exactly.
That hurt my heart. How could you say
I
that?
have your heart.
How could you say that? We have great chemistry.
Why would they say that?
Because everybody thinks that we're hysterical together.
I'm funny looking.
No, you're not. You're freaking hot. The minute I met you, the minute I hazed you back in the day, I knew when I saw, and I didn't see anything but your chin up. That's all I saw was your face.
Because the double chin covered everything else.
You're so full of it. It was your eyes, and I called my best friend. I said, I am done. I get what my grandparents said. I get it now. And she had the best time laughing with me about it because when you met her the first time, we were sitting there and you walked up and she was like, oh, have you done the tag test yet? And I'm like, nope. And she goes, oh yeah, he's going to have hair on his back. What kind of music does he listen to? And she goes, it's going to be country. And then she was like, I bet he drives a truck. And like everything that was on my check off. Nope. Yep. And then she was like, what kind of shoes do you wear when you're not at work? And you said flip-flops. And I remember putting my head down on the table and she goes, you're going to marry him. And I looked up and said, I know. Yep.
Y'all know she looks right in my eyes when we're doing these podcasts. I may venture off and look at the camera because, you know, the guy's got to protect his home, his family.
Okay. You wouldn't feel bad for the person who came in here and got me when they walked in this house?
It's not like you have a gun within the arm's
reach.
reach.
Gun? Let's get more plural. A singular.
Thank you for that English class.
You're welcome. You can stay after class with the teacher too.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'll be the dunce.
So what was your point about me looking you in the eyes like that? What's your point?
Just that we like each other.
Oh, we like each other a little?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just a little.
I had a when I was a sheriff's deputy, I had a female officer that I could not stand to work with. Just could not stand it. But you had to be in a control room for 12 hours with that individual. And if your lieutenant knew that y'all had a problem, he would schedule you for the next 2 months every day until y'all worked your difference out.
Did you sleep with her?
No. She was white.
Well, then I knew you didn't sleep with her. People are going to want an explanation as to why.
Let's move on.
I'm the only white person he's had. Ever.
What do we have coming up?
Why were you talking about?
Because let's change the subject.
You were just talking about being stuffed in a control room for 12 hours with someone you hated. About sex.
We're definitely not talking about exes.
Well, we'd be here a while. My husband, the love of my life, like to how do I say it? You could ask Faith, man, she's on it. She's always got something to say about it. He explored the world of women in every country in between.
I'm not that way anymore, so don't judge me.
You're just world traveled.
Moving on.
But I love you.
That's all that matters.
I do. And if anyone should have ever been insecure about you, it should be me, and I'm not. So
you telling me folks can find happiness?
Absolutely. I did. I used to lay on the floor bleeding from places that blood shouldn't come out of ever. And I tried to emulate that feeling that I get from you. He always takes his hand and rubs it down my face a certain way. And I tried so many times to give myself that feeling again by just rubbing my own hand down my face, and I couldn't. It didn't feel the same. And I just thought if I gave up, I wouldn't see him again and I would lose my daughter, which neither one of them was okay. I couldn't imagine either one of them. So I stuck around for the two of you. So absolutely, there's happily ever after. Even if you made me wait a long ass time.
Silence. Next.
People like seeing a male that's mushy.
I'm not mushy. It's pollen.
Whatever.
It's pollen in the room, babe.
But people like to see that a man can be,
Well, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna get some men to interview here, and we're gonna find out their story.
Okay. So after you went through the craziness of the psychotic second one that I had the privilege and honor of telling her I had you first, I'll have you last. And obviously I was right. How is it that you're so loving and mushy and sweet with me after going through the trauma that you did as a man? How can you do that?
No, I don't think I am. Because I don't know how to be.
You do it without thinking.
Maybe it's because I saw something on TV or something.
No.
But I didn't train myself. I had been married twice, and once you get married, you kind of stop doing all that mushy, loving.
Why? That's be when you really do it.
Because you're not in love with that person anymore. Because
you marry him, you're not in love anymore?
Yes.
What? So both times we got married?
Wait, well, no, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about them.
Oh, so you married him, and all of a sudden, both of times you fell out of love with him when you said "I do"?
Yeah. Well, it comes later.
Okay.
Comes after years later.
So then how come you've always been, and if anybody wonders, we remarry every year. So to keep our wedding, honeymoon, newlywed status, if you will.
I thought it was to change out a ring so our finger don't turn green. No?
No. So how come you can be so different with me then?
Because I'm still in love with you.
I'm trying to show everybody there, ass clown, that you can actually be happy after going through traumatic crap, and that you can be on the other side. And
you can.
Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to get men to see from a male perspective. So that's why I asked you.
It just does. You don't even know what movie.
No.
Joe Dirt.
If I work 20 plus hours a day, how do I have time to watch a movie?
You got a TV right in front of you.
That's all the property. Why am I going to watch that?
That's a monitor. The other big thing is called a TV.
And when have you ever seen me have that on? Never. Ever.
It was approximately 2 weeks ago yesterday.
You're on some kind of hallucinant, because that's not true. Because I'm always doing podcasts or interviews or teaching.
Oh, what about that Blue Blood you watch?
That's at Chicago like 1 in the morning. Hey.
Or Raymond Reddington.
Now, we could talk about Raymond all day long.
We're still waiting on you, James.
We've had Aram talk about Faith and how amazing she is.
Aram's
awesome. He is like right on it. But I'm sorry, anybody who's seen The Blacklist, from day one, I can tell you that is a man. He might be a criminal, whatever, blah, 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 blah. From his fictitious character, that is the man every person who's been through domestic violence wants, because very simple, he never hurt anyone who didn't deserve it. He is so protective and so just all about who he cares about that he'll do anything for anyone he cares about, and he never hurt anyone who didn't deserve it. And there's a lot of distinct characteristics that you have that his fictitious character has.
I'm bald.
You're not bald.
I'm going bald.
No. But, people are like, oh, it's James Spader. And if you think about him in the movies in the 80s, like...
What? Stargate was awesome.
Okay, but Raymond Reddington, his character was made for James Spader. Like, that is the lifelong, made for, iconic, like 007, Sean Connery. There cannot be a better 007.
Oh, you might get some debate on this one.
That's fine. But like, in my personal opinion, there is no better 007 than Sean Connery. There isn't.
I grew up with Roger Moore.
You're older than me.
Thanks for saying I'm old.
And Roger Moore didn't do that many. Sean Connery did.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Whatever. The point is, Raymond Reddington was made for James Spader. James Spader was made for Raymond Reddington. That is like the disposition and demeanor of him being all in his fedora and his suit and whatever and protective. And
can we get James on here?
I am desperately trying to get James on here.
Does anybody know James Spader? Can you reach out to him? Let him know. Contact us. A Contagious Smile.
I would love to have James Spader on the show because I think he's amazing. And I don't ask for anything. I'd be really happy to have him. We did interview Meredith Masonry, the one who says, I allow you. She's got a tour coming up.
Old Meredith.
She's got a tour coming up.
Our girl used to, she could not stand it when we did those TikToks with Meredith on there.
Oh, yeah. She's like, I allowed you, you turd buckets, to live in my home. I allow you. And when Faith interviewed her, she said, I just want to say thank you because for the love is something I hear all the time from my mom, and she got that from you. And Meredith wants to partner up with us to do things for the kids that we get to work with. And that's awesome. She's like, you guys can come down to where she is. And she said she would try to come up here to where we are and go shopping and try to do like a big joint thing. She is actually doing, I believe, don't quote me, I believe this is her first solo comedy tour she's on. I know before she had 2 other ladies with her on the tour, but she just started her individual comedy tour. So everybody should go check her out because she is hysterical. I mean, if you watch her videos, she is hilarious. I think so. Like, I allow you. Do you know what it costs for a family of 5 to go to movies and snacks? It's hysterical. The Man Cold's the best. I love the Man Cold. If you Google the Man Cold.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. That was.
Yeah. She's like, I'm sick too.
That was pretty accurate.
I know. Oh, what? You want stars in your soup? Your mom would put stars in your chicken soup? I have the same cold you do. I have to go do laundry. Like, it's dead on accurate because when men are sick, it doesn't matter what we have going on. Like, y'all are bed bound, think you're dying, and it's like snot running down your nose, and that's the extent of it. And that's it. But we give birth, we push something the size of a watermelon out of something the size of like a cherry. And we have our monthly thing. And
but
we have.
You were made to do that.
So all these other. Okay, I've had over 100 surgeries and I don't lay down and do anything. I come home from surgery and what do? I go back to work. Never took a single pain med. Go back to work. You'd have been laid out. You still would have been laid out from the amputation. I guarantee it. Right or wrong. Would you or would you not?
I would have milked it. Yes.
You absolutely. And like tonight, I was really, thank you. I was really, it was really sweet that you noticed how I was doing stuff at dinner and you're like, look at you. Because I was cutting rolls and you noticed how I was doing it one-armed with the roll and the knife and separating them and putting cheese on it. Cheese bread, by the way, is amazing. My husband made that and it's yummy, yummy, yummy. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're thanking me for something you're doing.
No, you introduced me to the cheese bread, so I was thanking you.
About cutting the roll.
Yeah, because you were so proud of me and you said that. You said, look at you. Who said you can't? Whoever said you can't do whatever. I don't remember. Whatever.
You can do anything.
Yeah. And then you go to the grocery store and have some numbnuts stare at you like you have the plague. And if you come near her, she'll like flip out. That happened with Faith and I at the grocery store today. Like turn her nose up at me. Like
I'm never there when it happens.
You have been there. You just
no.
turned a blind eye.
No.
And you've grabbed my nub and walked out proudly. But like I always hide it. I always hide it so people don't see it because it's. And I told Faith I was sorry if it embarrassed her because
you don't embarrass me or her.
Well, it's rude.
We're gonna be loud and boisterous and embarrass them.
It's rude for someone to like stare like that. Like I'm more than open. Like kids are great, like the little girl said, I'm gonna go out, mom. This lady find this her hand in the store, mom. That's great. But come up to me, ask me. I'm more than open to tell you what happened. Use it as an educational experience to learn, what made this happen, what transpired to make this happen. But don't stare at me as if I'm gonna like give you some infectious disease by speaking to me, because that's not it at all. Just have respect. Would you want to be looked at that way? Would you want to be talked about that way? Would you even want, I mean, someone turned their nose up at you, I guarantee you wouldn't feel very happy about it. It's rude, and people today don't have manners like they used to. My grandparents were here. Whoo, it would have been ugly. It would have been ugly.
Y'all, I got an amazing wife. She's simply amazing.
I don't know why you just said.
Because you are.
Okay, well,
that's just a fact.
Opinions are, like assholes. Everybody has one.
Mm.
There's a couple people out there who wouldn't agree with you. Mm. Yes, they would. They would not agree with you.
Correct.
So what do you say about them?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Why?
Why should I? They're not worth my time. Water under the bridge.
I never understand you. One day we're going to talk about your light switch, because I just can't grasp the concept of it. I can't.
Okay.
We'll have to put that on the board of comments or topics. I'm proud of you for opening up and offering to have men come on and you interview them. I'll produce the show.
You like that?
Yeah.
I just pulled that right out of my
sphincter.
Yes.
He surprised me the other day out of nowhere. I got
Lord,
the sweetest. I like this box, and Faith thought that was kind of funny though. Faith was like,
it came late though.
Faith was, that's because you ordered it late, but Faith thought it was hysterical. She was like, there's this big box, Mom, and there's nothing in it. And she brought it in, and there was nothing in it, and she was like, oh, who do we have to call and figure out what's missing? Then there was another box and another box, and like he has said so many times, my husband has said so many times before, we don't keep things from each other. So if it's mail, boxes, packages, unless it's around a holiday, then we open them. So I opened it, and I looked and I said, Faith, I don't think I'm supposed to open this. I think I'm in trouble. And he had bought me a ice maker, even though we have an amazingly beautiful refrigerator, but it makes specific little ice, like mini me ice. And he bought it, and I never even realized he'd heard me say something about, I love Chick-fil-A ice. I think it's amazing. And Zaxby ice is amazing. And he bought me that. And then he bought a new blender that was in the next box, because we're starting to make frozen dog treats, and they're so healthy and they're amazing. If you guys want the recipes, let me know. We can start putting them out there, because it's so good. And everything at the store is so expensive now. It's insane. I mean, it's stupid.
Except for beer.
That's getting pricey. Your Corona is like $17.99 for 12.
Yeah, and the ratio, like everything else, like Hawaiian rolls. What were they?
Almost $10 for a pack of Hawaiian rolls.
Okay, so that ratio is, I mean, they're like night and day. Corona has been around $15, $16,
$17.
Yeah.
I used to get it for 12 for you.
Why has that remained constant through COVID? Beer never went up. I mean, if anything, just slightly.
Everything else has gone
Alcohol
up.
Didn't go up.
Aluminum foil was like
full. Aluminum foil.
Yeah, it went up. It's like $12, $13 depending on the size.
That's insane. And you go down here to the scrapyard, the price of metal's down.
That's what makes no sense. Like it doesn't, like, okay, everybody in this house loves potato skins, and they're like $15, $16 a box now. Just make them my damn self. And then cheese on it and stuff. How about a thought of the night? Give everybody a thought.
Get a puppy.
Seriously?
Yeah, get a puppy. What? It's good exercise. You got to take them out. You got to maintain a clean house, so that keeps you on your toes. Then you have comfort and support when they sleep in the bed with you.
Oh, you hate when Stucco sleeps in the bed. Why?
He's like 1,000 pounds. He takes all the
not.
damn covers.
Why do you not like it?
And he snores.
No.
And he snuggles my wife.
He doesn't let my husband near me. It's hysterical.
I can't get near my wife to give her a kiss.
A
hug.
Stucco will put his paw up on my husband and push him away if he tries to hug me or kiss me.
Anybody else dog do that?
It's hilarious. And Stucco could be on the other side of the room and you come up to me and be like, I'm gonna kiss my wife. Here he comes, flying up in the air.
It's like a freaking wall.
And he jumps up.
It's his dog.
But he's the sweetest boy. He's my baby. That's my boy. It is. That's my baby. Everybody knows it.
And he has produced some great looking kids.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
And their disposition is awesome.
He's the little sperminator. He is the little sperminator. Close it out. You're done, son. Close it out.
Oh. I don't have a thought of the night quote. What's your quote?
No matter how bad the day is, I want you to resignate for a moment and realize that you have survived 100% of your worst days thus far. And even if it's a glimmer of light, that light can start a wildfire and you're not alone.
How about this? Sky's up, water's wet. Tell your kids the truth. Don't live in the past. Live right now.
There's your redneck on deck.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for listening.